What is going on, people? Now, I haven't posted much on any platform since I got back from New York, simply because I've been so deep in AI ever since. After being over there, it really just kind of expanded my mind to new possibilities, and I went a little bit further into what I was doing with AI and ended up learning a shit ton more than I intended. And so I've spent a lot of time up until now building and creating new tools, in particular tools for myself to use and for other people to use. All of these tools solve a specific problem. I'll get into all of that later. But long story short, being over there was an enlightening experience, to say the least. So motivating, but so insightful at the same time, to be alone for 17 days on the other side of the world, a fresh slate, meeting new people, and getting rid of the barrier of being afraid to talk to other people, to just walk up to people on the street and have a conversation and figure out what they're doing. But the one thing that stood out above all things to me was the fact that pretty much everybody over there was doing their own thing, which I thought was amazing. And it also kind of helped me realize that over there it's a standard, over here it's being an outlier, and it kind of doesn't really make sense to me, you know, why it has to be that way. But anyways, in this video here, I want to talk a lot more about AI and what's actually going on in the world of AI. Basically, when I said I stopped making content, I was fixated on the problem of how can I make more content using AI. And in that process, I became the very thing that I was trying to destroy, which was a lack of output. Which is true. But over that time, I have built a personal content repurposing tool, which essentially turns videos like this into a whole week's worth of content across platforms, including short form, Instagram threads, LinkedIn, X, blog, and a newsletter focused on selling my tools. Now, one of the biggest things that I'm seeing with other people, and then through what I've learned and actually building all this stuff, the obsession with automation. Everybody's hearing automation this, automated that, Claude Code, build me a $1 million business, make no mistakes. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. A lot of people think it's very lazy. It's not. I can tell you for sure that it's not. There is a lot of headaches, there's a lot of trial and error and improvements on your process towards getting to the point where you actually can have the AI build something end to end and the final result is deliverable or high quality or functional at the very least. And that is done by skills. And one tool in particular which I have built, which I will be giving away in the description of this video for free, is a mission skill for Claude Code. And essentially what it does is when you're building a project, so you type in /mission build XYZ, and then from there it will ask you a bunch of questions, get clear on what you want, who it's for, who it isn't for, and make any key decisions that you need to make for the project before you actually start building it. That way Claude Code can spend hours, if not days, just building the whole thing end to end, and you can be sure that it's building what you wanted it to build from the start. And then once you get the final product, maybe you only need to do a couple of minor tweaks and then it's ready to ship or ready to use, whether it's an internal operating system or you're handing it off to a client. And this then goes into the new AI agency model. Custom AI solutions for businesses that save time, save money, or generate more revenue. And how do you do that? Well, you go in by auditing their business as somebody who has a strong understanding now of AI, where it works, what it can be used for, all of the different tools. And you basically assess all of their systems and their workflows and see where can AI integrate into the system, and then deliver a full detailed report on that and educate them on how to use it. Because you have to realize that people like myself and other AI nerds, we are in a bubble that is less than 1% of the population. 99% of people don't know shit about anything. Maybe they just started using Claude or they're still using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is probably one of my least favorite models, in my opinion. I find that it functions almost like a social media algorithm. It's a people pleaser. It wants to keep you on the app and make sure that you have a good user experience. Whereas my Claude will say to me, okay, shut up, go fucking build. Like, stop asking these stupid questions. when you do kind of get to a point of planning paralysis, maybe you're procrastinating, Claude will tell me like yes or no to the answer of the question. Now go build. That's it. Just those few words, full stop, brief. Whereas ChatGPT is going to give you endless bullet points and essays and what would you like to do next? And you end up in this never-ending cycle of planning paralysis just to keep you satisfied, and that's procrastination masked as productivity. Now, with all of this going on, I want to go to one of my key points for this video. In the past, the value used to be in the process of creating things, whether it's video editing, photo editing, marketing, even SEO, copywriting. Now, the value is in the idea. Things like this, the process can be automated. The important part is whether it's high quality or not. You could be pushing out tons of volume, it's automated, 100 reels a day, but are they good? Probably not. So in that case, the important part is now the idea. What actually makes the content stand out, particularly when you're generating on AI, and that's where most of the work is going in on the back end, in trying to actually build systems and frameworks to be able to replicate high quality ideas, high quality pieces of writing and videos at scale. And it's not easy. It takes some niche expertise and a lot of time and a lot of headaches, a lot of stress. But one of the best things I have found in the process of doing this is that storing and owning your own data locally makes a huge difference. All these tasks that are repeatable, pretty mechanical, they're the same thing and you're doing them pretty frequently, you shouldn't be doing those manually anymore. Those can be pretty much fully automated. And the reason that Meta were able to lay off 20,000 of their staff members, I'm sure you've all heard in the past, Meta, Facebook, they're collecting all your data. That data allowed them to lay off 20,000 staff members simply because the processes and tasks that those 20,000 people were doing were so repetitive and well documented that they could then feed that data to an AI, which then uses that data as a single source of truth from which it acts upon to just completely replace them. And what I said there, with the data being a single source of truth for whether it's like local models, even Python script systems, like it can't make mistakes. It's not going to take an opinion from the other side of the internet. The problem with the online LLMs is whatever road you go down, it will lead you further down that road because it's getting information based on what you asked it. Whereas if you gave it a single source of truth, the only answers you're going to get are going to be accurate and true to you. It's basically canonical to your business or your personal brand, whatever you're using for. And this is the direction that everything is going with there being so many advanced tools and tool spreads, and then so people building custom tools for businesses to be able to centralize their entire business essentially into a custom operating system. It's going to need a set of data that comes from the business itself. It's native and canonical to that business, so it can act off that and not make mistakes, particularly when it comes to putting out content. Like for example, in the content system I put here together for myself, it repurposes my YouTube videos into, I said, LinkedIn, X, all of this. The information that it's using to write the posts, LinkedIn in particular is one I really like. What it did get from the internet and then hardwired into the code was the kind of tone that is appreciated on LinkedIn. But then the writing itself, it uses my words, the way I speak, the words I use, the things that I've actually talked about in my content and also inserted in a brain dump. So it's acting off of data that I've fed to the machine, not what it might just Google about me. Because if you Google me, like God only knows what's gonna come up. Like there's not really enough information. There's probably other people with the same name as me, who knows? And it could start acting off that data. So do you see the problem? Now, a lot of people know me for working with AI and content, but there's a lot more going on in that. Like I've mentioned a whole content system here that's not just working with visual content. It is AI media and content systems as a whole. And as part of that, I do currently produce cinematic premium AI pieces for brand. But as it's currently moving, I will be shifting away from that and moving all in on AI education, AI information, AI consulting, and of course building those custom tools and operating systems that I talked for businesses to help them actually gain ownership and stop renting their data from other cloud systems. But through all of the work that I've done, one important point that I really want to emphasize is that when it comes to creating AI content that's actually good, that actually slaps, that you will be like, damn, that isn't slop. It requires taste, and that's something that the machines just don't have yet. That's where human touch is absolutely paramount for the videos. It's one of those things that just simply can't be automated. It still requires a creative eye, it's artistic, and of course, like I said, taste. An unreasonable amount of taste. So going forward, particularly with my Instagram and my YouTube content, I'm going to be going deeper into the tools that I'm using, how they're helping me, how they could help you, your brand, your business, particularly if you're a founder for your personal brand. I will be giving out a lot of them for free. Some of them won't be free. But overall, going forward, you're going to see a much larger shift in my content, purely focusing on AI and the technology itself, and also the business solutions that I'm creating and other use cases. I want to be able to help people understand this technology and how they can use it themselves, because a lot of the time when I'm trying to explain it to people just resort to either hating on it or they don't want to listen because they don't understand. People are like, oh, fuck that, fuck AI. When the truth is, you don't really know anything about it at all. So it is now my mission to educate the world and my viewers about the technology itself, the tools I'm creating, the tools that are out there, and how you can use it for your own personal benefit, but not just your personal benefit, the benefit of everybody around you. So if you do want to follow along for the journey, please do subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, follow my Instagram at @ewells, and TikTok it's ownwells. I'll leave everything in the description below, including my mission skill. That's going to make a very, very big difference to any of your Claude Code projects going forward. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in the next one and for every other step of the road ahead.